Hi, my friends. How you doing? It is a Tuesday, the 17th of January. I hope that your new year has been going well so far. Mine has. I've been having a blast putting together all of these incredible trips. And shameless plug, I am going to do it, sailwithseth.com. Sailwithseth.com is where you can find all of the information, all the trips, everything that you are ready to see. So let me go ahead and tilt this camera down for you so we can go ahead and chat all about 2023 and 2024 Alaska cruises. I'm going to tell you what, we have an amazing lined up planned. If you do have any questions at all, please go ahead and ask. I want to say hello to all my friends out there that are watching, and thank you so much for the support. MJ and Sarah, June and John. Hi, Martha from the Constellation. She's sailing in the Eastern Caribbean. So good to see you. Charlene from San Diego. Heidi from Oregon. Carol Beth in Chicago. Nancy, good to see you. Happy New Year. So it's great to see so many of you here with me this afternoon, this evening. No matter where you're watching from, I truly appreciate it. So I've got some great prizes to give away. That's for sure. So you got to be present to win. And we'll talk more about that coming up a little bit after this presentation. But I want to get right into it because we've got a lot to discuss. And again, all things Alaska. I love Alaska so much. One of my most favorite places in the world to cruise. I have cruised there more than a dozen times. I can go back over and over and over again. And the inside passage and the interior of Alaska is just absolutely so fantastic. So grab your tea, grab your decaf because it's late, or your regular, or whatever, glass of wine, because we are about to hit the road and go to Alaska, shall we? So let's talk all about Alaska. And again, let me know if you have any comments. We'll talk about 4 different trips. And at the end of those trips, I'm more than happy to answer some of those questions for you. So get ready to take your notes and get ready to sail with Seth because we are on our way to Alaska right now. Now, the first cruise that we are talking about is the Queen Elizabeth. And again, you can see the 4 cruises there on your screen. To the left-hand side of your screen is going to be for 2023. And on the right-hand side is for 2024. We do not have anything planned for 2025 as of yet because 90% of the cruise lines do not have schedules out for 2025. I know there are a lot of planners out there. So for 2025, we're just going to have to wait just a little bit. All right. So let's talk about our first cruise, which is coming up in June of this year. This is the Queen Elizabeth on Cunard Line. It's a 10-night Alaska glacial experience. What do I mean by that? Well, it leaves June 20th. It's a 10-night cruise, but I want you to pay attention to this itinerary here. It's a round trip out of Vancouver, and the reason why this is called a glacial adventure is because you get to visit Glacier Bay, and as you know, and if you've been there, there's 3 different glaciers in Glacier Bay, and then you get to see the mighty Hubbard Glacier as well. Most itineraries do not offer 2 different separate days in glacier territory, but this one does. So in addition to Vancouver, you get to go to Ketchikan, Juneau, Skagway, and Sitka. Again, unusual for this type of cruise. And then you get to spend all day in Victoria. I mean, we're talking all day in Victoria. So this is absolutely a great, great cruise to see. So I really am excited to show you all about Cunard style and sailing on Cunard Line. Now, with that said, I want to take a little bit of a view of Cunard's Alaska difference. So for those that know me from Holland America Line, I was the brand ambassador there for about 3 years. And I will tell you that if you are used to the old Holland America Line, the symphonies, the orchestras, the incredible shows, that is what you are going to find on Cunard. So if you are looking for an amazing experience without the upscale price tag, this is the perfect cruise for you. Now, what makes Cunard so different? There is a laundry list of things to talk about, and I'm just going to visit just a few. So let's talk about this. They savor the best of Alaska. So your dining experience on board Cunard will literally blow your mind. We're talking about gastropubs to indulgent buffets, afternoon tea, which I'll get to here in just a moment. And you have the Alaska ingredients and the Alaska produce that is so associated with this amazing state that you get to enjoy this here on Cunard. So once again, this is on Cunard. You get to see the insights of Cunard. And it's only on Cunard that you will hear personal perspectives from the cultural heritage guides. You're also going to be hearing from the experts and explorers that have really hiked and explored so much of what Alaska is, and they tell you their firsthand experiences. You're going to be hearing the commentary from the bridge. You are going to see Glacier Bay National Park, Hubbard Glacier, and you're going to see the indigenous Alaskan people come on board and talk about life in Alaska and what they've had to deal with. So there is a lot going on here as they make you and culturally immerse yourself into the Cunard experience. The Cunard experience is also a taste of Britain. So you know, with that Alaska comes an Alaska afternoon tea. So what makes it so different? Well, a normal tea, you know, you have the crumpets, you have the cucumber sandwich, you have the egg salad, you know, so on and so forth. But in Cunard and in Alaska, it's a totally different way. So you get your sweet and savory options. You get to incorporate Alaska's best recipes and dishes. You get to pair it with champagne, and, of course, tea. So it's a British tradition with an Alaska twist. And that's what makes Cunard such an amazing experience as you travel north to Alaska. You get to see the shore experiences. Only on Cunard, you get to savor afternoon tea with the bellboys from Cunard on the White Pass Scenic Railway. So you say, wait, I sailed on another cruise line. I've been on the White Pass Scenic Railway, but you've never done it Cunard style. You can actually do afternoon tea in a luxury class car on the White Pass with narration, with the 40 miles round trip back and forth to Skagway. It's truly incredible. And when you factor that in with the Cunard butlers, wow, that's going to be amazing. So that gives you the shore experience. Also, they stretch it over to the Alaskan spa treatments, and they take the marine-based ingredients that they're found in Alaska, and then they unwind it to have the sounds and scents of Alaska while you see the views of the great state. So again, it's a very immersive experience that you have on Cunard. And once again, the itinerary takes you round trip Vancouver, BC, to Ketchikan, to Juneau, to Glacier Bay National Park, Hubbard Glacier, Skagway, Sitka, and a full day in Victoria, which, by the way, you do not find on many itineraries. You normally have about 4 to 5 hours if you're lucky in Victoria, and now you are going to be experiencing a full day, and it's all daytime. So you actually get to have that afternoon tea in the Empress. You get to actually go to Bouchard in the daytime. It's not like you are, at least you're going to, let's say, a Seattle round trip that will kind of bring you to Victoria maybe at 5 or 6 p.m. and then leave at about 10 or 11. You're not going to get that. You're going to get a full day of experience there in Victoria. So once again, a gorgeous Queen Elizabeth Cunard line, June 20th to the 30th. It's the 10-night Alaska glacial experience. Now, I want to talk about here. Let me just move this. I'm getting a few questions, and I want to talk about this here. This is a big popular question that comes along. And Norman, thanks for joining us. Hi, Seth. How formal in Cunard in Alaska? Now, here's the best part. Cunard definitely has that upscale feel, right? you do have formal nights. And in Alaska, they call them ice white nights. So you could dress head to toe in white. You could dress head to toe in glacial blue. You could dress in dark colors. It's just really up to you. But they do have what they call Alaska Ice White Night. Those are some of the formal activities that they have on board. It is not as formal as, say, other traditional Cunard line. So if you are used to sailing a transatlantic on the Queen Mary, then you know that it is very formal. In Alaska, it's a step back because they want you to be immersed into the culture. So yes, there are formal nights, not as formal as some of the other lines sailings, but yes, it is formal, let's say. However, they put a little bit of a twist to it. And I hope that makes sense for you, Norman, and for the others that have the same question. So again, you are going to be dressing up. There are times that it's semi-casual and you don't have to worry about dressing up in the dining room. There are alternative dining options. But once again, ice white night. And we'll talk much more about that as we get closer to that sailing and we get our group Zooms together. If you're not familiar with Sail with Seth, I want to welcome you into our page. But I also want to let you know that as we get closer to the sailing, we get together on Zooms. And basically, it's a Zoom meeting per se, but it's a casual conversation of what we get to do, how we're going to meet people, and just get everyone involved in this incredible experience that we all sail to. So my first cruise kicks off in February on the Constellation, which I'm so ecstatic about. And I can't wait to bring you along for the journey. But we've had our Zoom meetings and talked about the shore excursions and so on and so forth. So we'll talk about the Ice White Night along with the other excursions that we have planned for you on Cunard. Yeah, MJ saying tea on Cunard is a wonderful experience. And now you tie that in with an Alaska twist and it's all that better. Nancy says, you're killing me. And the reason why Nancy is saying that is because she really wants to go, but she's got a family reunion. Tell her all. Skip the family reunion. Come on, Cunard. And then Bonnie saying, can't wait for this Cunard cruise. And we can't wait to have you, Bonnie. So it's really going to be a lot of fun. Any other questions I have for Cunard, please go ahead and feel free to answer or ask the question. If you have any questions and you're watching this on a little bit of a delay, well, thanks for watching. And go ahead and email me, sailwithseth@gmail.com. Again, sailwithseth@gmail.com. Next up, we have our second adventure of 2023 when it comes to Alaska. And that is an incredible Alaska cruise tour featuring an amazing voyage on the Celebrity Millennium and an incredible 7-day cruise tour after the 7-day cruise throughout Southeast Alaska. This one is an incredible voyage, and it's a northbound voyage. Normally, I like to do southbound voyages because we do the land portion first and then the cruise, but there is a reason why we are doing the cruise first. So this is a northbound cruise option. Northbound cruise option from Vancouver up to Fairbanks, Alaska. This is in September. So September 1st through the 14th, one of the last sailings of the year, and there is a reason why. Do you see those two words at the bottom of your screen, Northern Lights? That is the reason why we are taking this northbound. I'll talk more about that coming up here in just a moment. This one has limited availability. So if you are interested in this cruise, this is the one that I want you to pay attention to because the rate is fantastic. The group I have going is incredible. And I also have an amazing itinerary for you. So let's talk about this. You sail from Vancouver through the Inside Passage and you arrive in Ketchikan. Then we make our way to Icy Strait Point, which is one of my favorite stops in Alaska. Then you go to Juneau, you go to Skagway, you go to Hubbard Glacier, and then you land in Seward. So we disembark the ship in Seward. We then take a bus from Seward to Anchorage. We spend a night in Anchorage. We spend a night in Talkeetna. You have a couple of nights in Denali and Fairbanks. So once again, I will go over you here in detail of what we are going to be seeing here on this Celebrity Cruise Tour, which is September 1st through September 14th. Now, you have, before I go into the detail here, it's the normal 7-day cruise. When I say normal, it's Ketchikan, it's Juneau. We are going to be zip lining and icy Straight Point if the weather allows. And you know me, I love talking more about that. But before I get into the details here on the actual Alaska cruise tour portion, I want you to take a look at this video because this is coming in from Celebrity. It's a couple minutes long, but I want you to watch this and I want you to see the sights and the sounds of the interior of Alaska. Take a look.
As one of the world's most exhilarating natural wonders, Alaska has so much to offer. Expansive landscapes, iconic wildlife, and intriguing native cultures. So when you book a Celebrity Cruises vacation to Alaska, be sure you experience the best of both land and sea. A Celebrity Cruise will take you to some of the most extraordinary stops along Alaska's Inside Passage. On your cruise, you'll experience updated luxury at every turn while taking in the best of coastal Alaska. You'll see glaciers flowing into the sea, forests rising up from the shoreline, and bald eagles soaring gracefully overhead. And as breathtaking as the cruise along the southeastern coastline is, there's so much more of Alaska just waiting to be discovered.
At least once a tour, I turned to my group and I said, I'd like to welcome you all to my office. This is where I work, and I'm glad you're here with me and that I can share Alaska with you.
Travelers who want the best of Alaska, book a Celebrity Cruises cruise tour, which offers an exhilarating cruise and a multi-night, fully escorted land tour. On a Celebrity Cruise tour, the land portion of your adventure will immerse you in the unspoiled wilderness of Alaska's interior.
Driver and tour director will really be their concierge, their historian. They're going to be their friend. They're going to make sure that everything goes smoothly for those guests.
You'll experience the must-see destinations, as well as some local favorites your tour director will point out along the way. Destinations include Denali National Park, Seward, Fairbanks, Talkeetna, Girdwood, or Anchorage. Be amazed by North America's highest peak, Mount McKinley. Get stunning photos of caribou, rare birds, and Dall sheep. Go fishing in waters rich with salmon. Experience the famed midnight sun. And at every stop, you'll stay in authentic lodges and dine on the best local cuisine. Get the full Alaska experience with a coastline cruise, as well as travel deep into Alaska's rugged wilderness with a Celebrity Cruises cruise tour. Because Celebrity Cruises believes that every moment of your vacation should be measured by just how far it takes you from the ordinary. That's modern luxury. That's Celebrity Cruises.
Now, there are a couple of reasons why I chose this specific itinerary, and there are more than a couple, really. But one of them is there are other cruise lines that do Alaska, and they have their own lodges and so on and so forth. They tend to be very crowded. They tend to have some staffing issues, so on and so forth. I will tell you this. The resorts that Celebrity uses, you will be sharing them with the public, per se. The Celebrity Cruise tours are smaller, they're intimate, so you get your own guide for our small group that's going. It is an incredible way to see the last frontier. I will say that I have lived in Fairbanks, I have lived in Anchorage, I've done this tour several times. So you will have me along with you for the ride and showing you all of my favorite stops along the way. It's truly something that can't be beat. And if you are looking to do Alaska, the ultimate Alaska trip, including the cruise and the rail, this is certainly the one for you. And the reason why I picked September is because certainly the days are a little bit on the shorter side because we're heading closer to fall, but the colors of Alaska will be popping incredibly. Also, the northern lights will be coming out in Fairbanks, and more on that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and take a day-by-day tour, show you what we'll experience after we get off the ship. So we board our motor coach for a scenic drive to Anchorage. We're also going to be enjoying lunch and then going to the Alaska Native Heritage Center to learn about the indigenous cultures. Then we have the evening free. Now, you could go to the Anchorage Museum. You could take whatever you want to do in Anchorage. However, because you're with me, we have free time on our own. We spend the night at the Anchorage Marriott, which is included in the cruise rate. Keep in mind, I will take you downtown and show you some of my favorite spots to eat. So we'll all do a group dinner. We'll all have a great time. And again, this is just the first night when we get off. You could decide if you want to come with us, or you could do something on your own. It's truly going to be an awesome time as I show you my favorite sights and sounds of Anchorage. Then we wake up and we board the Wilderness Express. Here is another reason why I chose Celebrity Cruises. The Anchorage to Denali portion can be extremely long. We're talking 7 to 8 hours on a train. The thing that Celebrity does that I love is it breaks the train ride up and you get to visit a very charming town called Talkeetna. Talkeetna is so fantastic and really one of the only lines that shares this. So we board the Wilderness Express, which is the glass-domed rail car, and I'll show you pictures here in just a bit. And then we literally have all day long in Talkeetna. If you like beer, there's a brewery in Talkeetna. I've got connections there. Hopefully we'll get in. I will tell you that Talkeetna is a great little tiny town in the sense that there's artists and there's just so many great things along Main Street. We spend the evening at the Talkeetna Alaskan Lodge. So we have all day in Talkeetna and it's really yours to discover. Then we wake up the next morning. We're back on the Wilderness Express and we arrive around 3:30. We arrive at the Denali Park Village and we have the rest of the afternoon and evening on our own. You could decide to do whatever you'd like to do. If you want, you can come along with my short little group and we could go ahead and put something together. The choice is really yours and really something that we are going to decide, again, when we talk on our Zoom call. Take a look at our Denali schedule. In the morning, we're going to go into the Denali National Park on the included Tundra Wilderness Tour. We are going to take you miles and miles and miles into the park, hoping, and it's a little late in the season, but we're hoping to see Denali. After our tour, guess what? We have the entire evening to do what we want to do. And again, another overnight at Denali Park Village. In the morning on day 12, we explore Denali on our own. You have the morning to sleep in. You could do whatever you want, maybe a nice little stroll through the park, whatever you want to do. And then in the afternoon, we board the Wilderness Express for a journey to, again, my favorite city in Alaska, which is Fairbanks. They call Alaska's Golden Heart City, and it is so true. You'll see the meaning of community and the meaning of incredible, hardy Alaskans. Let's put it that way, where it gets down to about 50, 60 below in the winter and 100 degrees in the summer. So we're going to have a nice little taste of fall in Alaska. And then from 8 o'clock, dinner is yours, and we spend the overnight at Sophie Station Suites. Now, this is the time that I cannot wait for. I'm going to put my coffee down here. I'm getting goosebumps already thinking about it. Fairbanks location is ideal for Northern Lights viewing. It's under what they call the auroral oval. It's a ring-shaped zone over the far north where aurora activity is concentrated. The aurora season starts at the end of August to April 21st. You do the math, and we will be in Fairbanks around September 12th to the 13th. This is awesome because you have a lot of darkness to deal with. Again, sun sets there a little earlier than, say, the summertime. So towards the middle of September, this is the whole reason why we are doing this trip northbound. And again, 4 out of the 5 nights when the sky is clear and dark enough, it's never a guarantee, but certainly the hope is that we will see the aurora borealis or the northern lights. I was in meteorology before I got into travel, and I will tell you that I know and have some connections at the University of Alaska Fairbanks and their Geomagnetic Institute. I'm hoping to team up with them, and they can give us a private tour of how they detect the northern lights and the geomagnetic emphasis on them. It's really going to be good. This is not included in the cruise itself. It's done by me. So again, that's going to be one of the sites that we're going to have in Fairbanks. And once again, this is again, where we get into Denali and we get into Fairbanks and we get to enjoy some of our own time. Now, this is where we're staying. Anchorage Marriott to the left. You see the Talkeetna Alaskan Lodge to the right, the Denali Park Village, which is to your left, and then the Sophie Station in Fairbanks. This is what we are going to explore Alaska in. You see the Wilderness Explorer. That is the domed cars here that hook onto the Alaska Railroad, and then the dome car that you see. If you are familiar with the Alaska Railroad, then you know that they offer a first-class service. That first-class service costs a lot of money. And the only difference between the first-class service and their coach service is the domed cars. So here, Celebrity has their own cars. You have your own meals on board in a restaurant that's on the first level. So if you look at those bigger square windows there, that's the restaurant underneath. And then you see the domed car, and that's where we all sit and have unbelievable views. And I took this picture here in the fall. Do you see the fall colors? It's exactly what we're going to be seeing here in Alaska at that time of the year. So let me know what your questions are when it comes to our amazing Celebrity Cruise Millennium Cruise Tour, because this is going to be incredible. Pete, good talking to you earlier. September 1st can only come faster. We've got our fingers crossed on that. So that is going to be awesome. And good that you and Denise could join me. Thank you for being here. Carol Beth, the beauty of the interior is jaw-dropping. You cannot imagine how immense this state is. And it is so true. And Carol Beth, we are very excited for you to be joining us on that. Nancy saying, how many nights in Denali on the Celebrity trip? And we have 2 nights in Denali on Celebrity. Again, it's great to have 3 nights, but we are doing a double Denali, packing all the time into it, and then we head up to Fairbanks and enjoy the Northern Lights. Again, this is going to be one incredible trip. And the fall colors. So if you love the fall colors, this is the time to be in Alaska. And that's why I'm so excited to be sharing this incredible time with you all. Lori Lynn says pricing. Please email me, because pricing is different all along the board. Please email me, sailwithseth@gmail.com. Again, sailwithseth@gmail.com. That's where I will get you the pricing information. And that is where I can at least be one-on-one with you to find out if you want an inside room, an ocean view room, a balcony room, a suite, all that kind of good stuff. So we could talk over and over again and get you connected here. So please let me know if you are interested in this. For the pricing, email me, sailwithseth@gmail.com. If you have any other questions, once again, you can visit me online as well at sailwithseth.com and find out all of the information for all of these incredible trips. So once again, we'll recap 2023 for you. And in September, we have an awesome one. And that's the one we just discussed. It's the 14-day Alaska cruise tour with the Northern Lights. Fingers crossed. But of course, Denali, Anchorage, Talkeetna, that's really going to be an awesome one. And then, of course, we have our Queen Elizabeth on the Cunard line, which is June 20th to the 30th. So June 20th to the 30th on Cunard. Space is limited on the Millennium. If you are interested in this, you certainly want to take advantage of what we have going on right now. I know I can get you onboard credits and so on and so forth. We have a great relationship from Sail with Seth over to Celebrity. So let me know if you're interested. I can get you the best pricing in what we have so far with September of 2023. All right, let's move on to 2024. There are 2 options in 2024 that we've teamed up, one with Celebrity and the other with Holland America Line. I'll get to the Holland America one shortly, but first, let's go with Celebrity. This is a classic 7-night cruise, the classic 7-night cruise that is offered from Seattle, but it is on a new ship, and that ship is Celebrity Edge. If you notice there, you have the orange little square rectangle that's sticking up. I'm going to talk more about that coming up here in just a moment, but Celebrity Edge is an amazing, amazing vessel, just a few years old, and this ship is going to make her maiden debut on the West Coast in May of 2024. The best part is this includes Memorial Day 2024. So if you are interested in this cruise out of Seattle, it's 7-night round trip, classic itinerary, then also including Memorial Day, which is, let's just maybe take a day less of a vacation day off of work. This is your 7-night Alaska itinerary, friends. We go from Seattle northbound to Ketchikan. We visit Endicott Arm, which of course is the Tracy Arm Fjord, Juneau, Skagway, and then we make our way back to Victoria, have an evening in Victoria, and then we are back in Seattle. So again, very similar to the other cruises that we've done before. Left-hand side, you see that Space Needle. So we're going to have a nice pre-fun party before we get on board the ship, and that's going to be in Seattle. Ketchikan, you see Juneau there, Front Street to the right, Skagway with the yellow school bus there, and then the gorgeous harbor of Victoria. This cruise, again, is going to take place May 24th through the 31st of 2024, and it's a 7-night cruise. 7-night cruise on the Celebrity Edge. Now, remember that rectangle square there? You see the picture of the ship there on an angle? Well, I've zoomed in to the left of that, and it is a restaurant. It is a lounge. It is a perfect spot to take in the sights and sounds of Alaska. So it is called the Magic Carpet. It goes all the way up and it goes all the way down. And you have an experience of a lifetime to not only experience that on Celebrity Edge, but also see and incorporate this into the sights and sounds of Alaska. Up, you have the garden area, which is still going to be open. And if you go to Alaska, it could be on the warmer side. You have the center of the ship, which is the Martini Bar to the left, and you have what they call Eden to the right. And there are windows all over this ship that makes it truly incredible to sail right out of Seattle. So again, this is an awesome itinerary that is a 7-night cruise out of Seattle, May 24th through the 31st of 2024. If you are interested in that cruise, please let me know. I know that there are specials that we are running. There are onboard credits that we can give you. So that specific cruise, that Celebrity Cruise on the Edge out of Seattle for 2024, there are plenty of specials to go around. And I know that there are some rooms that accommodate solo guests with balconies. All right. So that means that there are solo specials as well. So again, if you're interested in that cruise, solo specials, Celebrity Edge, a great ship, please go ahead and give me a contact, an email, sailwithseth@gmail.com. Kathy, good to see you here. Good. I'm glad that you'll be thinking about that one. Martha's saying that is a great ship. Nancy, you're going to email me? Nice. Awesome. I love it. So those are some of the information there on that cruise for May of 2024. All right. Last but not least, I want to talk about the ultimate Alaska cruise. This is going to be in June and July. One cruise, June and July. What do I mean by it? Take a look. This is the ultimate Alaska cruise on Holland America's Westerdam. This is round trip out of Seattle. This is for the person who has seen and done it all. I mean, we are talking about 28 days on one ship, June 9th to July 7th. What I'm going to show you next is a map of where we're going. It looks like a bunch of spaghetti strings kind of slapped against the wall. There's a lot here, but I'm showing you this map because I want you to see how far north we're going. You see little Diomede Island there? You see Nome? That's where we're going. And that is where we are going to celebrate the summer solstice. June of 2024, the summer solstice, you will be literally at the top of the world, and we will have so much daylight. It is going to be an amazing trip. Now, I've broken it down for you so you can see without all the lines where we're going to be going. Ketchikan. Now, we are going to be sailing from Seattle. Round trip Seattle. Ketchikan, Sitka, Hubbard Glacier, Seward, Dutch Harbor, Alaska, which is, by the way, in the Aleutian Islands. We cross the Arctic Circle and spend the summer solstice at the Arctic Circle. Nome, Kodiak, we spend the night in Anchorage. No, we're not staying in Seward and then commuting up. We actually dock in Anchorage and we spend the night. Prince William Sound, College Fjord, Homer, Alaska, Glacier Bay, Haines, Juneau, Wrangell, and then we're in Prince Rupert, British Columbia, because we need to make a foreign stop before coming back to Seattle. This is June 9th to July 7th on Westerdam. These are just some of the sites that you're going to be seeing that normal ships just don't go to. Normal meaning the everyday cruises. Take a look at Nome to the left. Then we have the quaint Dutch Harbor, which is Unalaska. I don't mean that it's not Alaska. I mean the city's called Unalaska. Then you have Homer. Then you have Kodiak. Just a sample of what we get to see. Look at all of these cities that you get to. I mean, when you look at the map, this is really where it shows how unbelievable this is. So again, round trip out of Seattle, up through the southeast portion of Alaska, to Anchorage, across to Nome, back again, and this is going to be 28 days of incredible memories on board the Westerdam. I will tell you, and this is not just me being, I will not say anything. I'm not going to BS you. Let me just say that, okay? And if your kids are asking what that means, just say something else. But I am not here to be the salesperson. I'm not here. I love cruising. I love being with you. If you know me, you know that. And I'm not just going to say this is selling out because I want you to feel pressured. That's not the case. Two things that are really close: the Celebrity Cruise Tour and the Holland America Ultimate Alaska. Those two are the ones that are close to being already. I know you might be saying, that's not until 2024 on the Ultimate Alaska. It's a very unique itinerary and one that you want to make sure you get a deposit in immediately. That is a different case for everyone. So if you're interested in any of the cruises that I talked about, please go ahead and email me, sailwithseth@gmail.com. Again, sailwithseth@gmail.com. Unfortunately, I cannot, let's say, I can't get back to you specifically. Each one on this chat here on Facebook. That's why I'm saying, can you please email me? Because then I can immediately get back with you. And when you're talking about chats here, this is really the one that it's hard to keep up with everybody. So if you email me, this is going to be the best. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to fill out a form if you don't want to email, and that form is already sent to you. And sailwithseth.com is where you want to go on that. Okay, sailwithseth.com is where you want to go. Click on cruises, and there you can fill out a form if you want to go ahead and do that. All right, so let's get to some of your comments here, and I want to talk about Sharon. Sharon, my friend in the Yukon. The Aleutian Islands sound intriguing. Sharon, that's really going to be a wonderful cruise. Nancy brings up a great point. Nancy's booked on this. I can't wait to have you on board. She told a friend about it, and he's been watching prices. They're going up and up, and they are only going up. So that's why you want to make sure to have your deposit in, and then you lock in that rate because prices are not guaranteed. June says, might have to make this one my second Alaska cruise. Come on over, June. I'll get you pricing. Carol Brett says, maybe I stay on the Westerdam. Carol Brett's going to be, I have a cruise. If you want more information on it, I'm more than happy to give it to you. But I have a cruise that is doing Tokyo to Seattle, and that is going to be in 2024 as well. We have a group cruise. Why not just stay on Westerdam? Carol Beth. Sue and Mark, Westerdam, here we come. Let me know. Ruth, I know you'll be joining in on the 28 days. I can't wait to do that. Carol says, I want to do this one. You never tire of Alaska. We'll just be home from Japan. I know. Hey, Sue, how you doing? Hopefully you're well. Charlene saying, we've done it all, and wow, what an itinerary. Absolutely. Going to be an amazing itinerary. That is, oh, I love it. It's Paige and Barry. Hi, my friend. They're out drinking. Cheers to you. As I spill my coffee everywhere. Charlene saying sailwithseth.com. It certainly is. So go to sailwithseth.com and let me know if you're interested in any of the cruises, or you can go direct into the email. And that email, once again, is sailwithseth.com. Again, sailwithseth.com. Email sailwithseth@gmail.com. So let me know if you are interested. Again, I'm going to go ahead and go over. If you have any other questions, please let me know. While we're here together. I'm going to stick around for another few minutes here. So I will answer all of your questions. If you have any private questions that you want to ask that you don't want me to go ahead and go over, again, emailing me is the best way, sailwithseth@gmail.com. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the different options that we have. Again, you have the Queen Elizabeth up in your upper left-hand side. That's June 20th through the 30th of 2023. You have the Millennium, which is on the bottom left, September 1st through the 13th of 2023. You have the Celebrity Edge, which is out of Seattle, May 24th through the 31st. That's a 7-night cruise. And then you have the 28-night cruise, which is Westerdam, June 9th through July 7th. Okay? In detail, this is the Queen Elizabeth. And this is her itinerary, round trip out of Vancouver. All right. Then we have the Millennium, which is September 1st through the 14th. This is a cruise tour, which leaves September 1st out of Vancouver, up through the southeastern port of Alaska, back to Seward, and then land portions with overnights in Anchorage, Talkeetna, a couple in Denali, and a couple in Fairbanks, but we'll see the Northern Lights. Then in May of 2024, which includes Memorial Weekend, that's the 7-night Alaska round trip from Seattle. That is doing Seattle up to Ketchikan, Endicott Arm, Juneau Skagway, back to Victoria. And then we have the ultimate Alaska voyage, which is the 28-day, June 9th to July 7th on board Westerdam. And again, if you can make out this, it's a little gobbledygook of everywhere where we're going. It's a laundry list of places. But again, Seattle North. In detail, here's a little bit of an easier place that we're going to be seeing, which includes Dutch Harbor, which is the Aleutian Islands, Nome, Anchorage, places that you normally don't get to go to. And again, if you have any questions to reserve your spot, please email me, sailwithseth@gmail.com, or send me a note, sailwithseth.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I hope that you have had an amazing day. Now we get to chat about prizes. So this is what we are going to do. I have 2 Alaska books to give away. Okay. Now, if you are interested, go ahead and put Alaska. Okay. Put Alaska in the comment section. Put Alaska in the comment section, and we're randomly going to go ahead and pick those winners. What are the books? These are the books. Alaska by Cruise Ship. So you get to read all about Alaska. You get to have a pull-out map, which shows you here all of the different places to go and all of the ways that you could follow along when you're on your balcony looking out at your ship. It has tips on the best shopping. It has tips about the great ports of call. This is a fantastic book if you are interested in Alaska, in the southeastern part of Alaska. It's called Alaska by Cruise Ship. and I have 2 of these to give away. 2 of these to give away. Okay, so I have that. Now, that's not all. That is not all. No. I want to know who's here only for I want to hear who's only here for the prizes, or are you really genuinely interested here in knowing what's going on? So again, this is the book. I have 2 of these to give away. Also, I have 5, count them, 5 shore excursions worth $100 a piece. And those I am going to be giving away, and you get to choose. So if you are on the Cunard trip, tell me which one you'd like, and you get to have $100 worth of a shore excursion through there. If you're on Celebrity, if you're on whatever you are on, let me know. And if you're indecisive and you still want to go and you're not booked yet, well, we could apply that savings onto your cruise. If you are interested in that prize, go ahead and put in Seth. Put in Seth, S-E-T-H, Seth, into the comment section. So if you are interested here in this, Alaska, okay? If you're interested in this, Alaska. If you're interested in one of the 5 shore excursions that I have, again, valued at $100 a piece, please go ahead and put Seth in the comment section, and there our automated system will be able to understand the difference. So you put Alaska in, or you go ahead and put in the Seth. And no, that is not for any other cruise other than Alaska. So any of my Alaska cruises, you could go ahead and put you could go ahead and sign up for that. But they're only for Alaska cruises. So if you pick your name and you are not booked for Alaska, it's tempting to go ahead and start booking for Alaska, but unfortunately it's not transferable to any other cruise. So just for Alaska, you get to go ahead and put in Seth there, and then you will be notified right now. We're going to go ahead and start this. So again, one more chance. Alaska, put Alaska in for the books, and then put Seth in the comment section for a voucher of $100 towards your shore excursion on whatever Alaska cruise that you decide to do. Okay? So here we go. Let's go ahead and pick out. And one more time, real quick, I do want to give you contact information because I know a lot of you are asking about that. And you missed the email, and that is totally fine. No worries. Again, this is your information. If you want to reserve a spot, sailwithseth@gmail.com, sailwithseth@gmail.com. And that's the email. And then, of course, for the website, it is sailwithseth.com. Sailwithseth.com. All right. So here we go. Shall we pick? Shall we pick? Here we are. I'm just loading up my system here. Okay, if you do win one of these, please go ahead and send me a direct message or an email. Actually works better, of your address where I can send you that book. So our first book, here we go, goes to first book. And the winner is Steve Fremgen. Steve Fremgen. I hope I said that right. So Steve, congratulations on your Alaska book. Steve, congratulations. Go ahead and email me, sailwithseth@gmail.com, sailwithseth@gmail.com, and that is where I will send you out that. Send me a good address so I can ship that to you. All right, Steve, thank you so much. All right, so now we go ahead and go and pick out the second winner of the book. And okay, here we go. Alaska. And we have, oh, no, we're confusing here. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. And the winner is Nancy Cochran. Nancy, congratulations. You have a book. So we have Nancy, congratulations. send me an email and let me know what your address is. So we have 2 books that are given away right now. All right, so let's go ahead and pick out those itineraries, the shore excursion prizes, which you enter Seth there in the comment section. And then we go ahead and pick out a winner. We have 5 of them to give away, 5 of those to give away. And that one is going to be, okay, now this, it just picks up the name Seth, okay? I only wish that I get to pick these manually because I would have probably picked this one. All right. Charlene, it says Seth is a sweetie. Now, I don't know if you entered to win a shore excursion or you just put Seth as a sweetie, but you won an excursion. So, Charlene, let me know. I'm going to write this down. So, Charlene, let me know if you wanted that or it just says Seth is a sweetie. So, let me know, okay? Right there, and let me know if you wanted the shore excursion, okay? All right, next one. I love that. I love that. That's so funny. Next prize winner, we have Kathy. Oh, Kathy. Kathy, you get a shore excursion worth $100 for Alaska only. So again, if you're not booked, go ahead. And if you book, then you get to go ahead and apply that. So congratulations to you. That is awesome. Third prize, we've got Marion. Oh, Marion. Yeah, you're going to be on one of the cruises. So that's great. I'm just writing your name down. So $100 shore excursion goes out to you. And we have our next winner. Our next winner we've got is, I still think that's so funny. Next winner is Mary Jane Ryan. All right, Mary Jane Ryan. So that is for $100. That's 4, right? 1, 2, 3. You know what? We're going to do 6. We're going to do 6 because 5 is an odd number and we shall see. All right. So the next one we've got is, next one we have, let's go ahead and see. Seth. Here we go. We are going to do this. And person is Martha. Oh, Martha. Martha is on a cruise right now. I didn't even know you were still watching. Martha's on a celebrity cruise. That means the internet must be working really well, or you're in port. Either one. But Martha, congratulations. $100 towards an excursion. Congrats. And then we have the next one. And the next one is... Here we go. Let's go ahead and pick. Spinning until it finally spits out. Spinning. And we have Eileen Brandenburg Labret. Eileen. Awesome. Oh, Eileen, yes. I remember you. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 2 Alaska. That is great. And let me find out if Charlene... You are a sweetie. Well, thank you. And I love... Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Well, let me know if you're... Well, first you have to book through me, Charlene. And let's make sure that you're booked. And then we'll go ahead and do that. Look, Martha has a fan club here. Barry says, yippee, Martha. Carol Beth says, Martha. Martha says, internet is not bad and thanks. And you are welcome. And congratulations to all of you. And thank you so much for making this episode of Sail with Seth a lot of fun. I really had a great time with all of you. So thank you. So we gave around 8 prizes, and 6 of those are those $100 vouchers for a shore excursion. Basically applying $100 towards your shore excursion. And of course, the 2 books here. And I need your email address or your physical address, please. Your physical address, please. Okay? If you won the book. If you won these books. Okay? I need your physical address to send that out too. All right, my friends. If you have any other questions, please feel free to go ahead and let me know. Again, the best thing to do is go ahead and send me an email. That's really going to be the best place for you to go ahead and be connected in with me. And once again, the email address is sailwithseth@gmail.com and then sailwithseth.com. please go ahead and spread the word, spread the love. I really, I can't thank you enough for being so loyal, being so great. And don't forget, everything has to be booked through me. Okay, everything has to be booked through me. So please go ahead and send me all of that information, and we'll go ahead and get you all booked on any of our cruises. And you can look at the complete lineup of cruises, and there are a lot of them to choose from at sailwithseth.com. So have a great rest of your night. Thank you again for being here. It's 5 o'clock out here on the west, so 8 o'clock on the east. Thanks for having dinner, late snack, whatever with me. It's been a lot of fun. So take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you back here another time. Bye for now, friends.